Feeder Gardens is located in Naivasha. And as mentioned to you during our previous webinars, Feeder Gardens, if you get in touch with them, as Grace had mentioned and will mention I think by the end of this webinar, you mention our name, they're going to give you something, some offer, as long as you mention that you are referred to Atara, but it has a specific time. So Grace is going to elaborate on that. We have, again, College of Career Guidance and Development. College of Career Guidance and Development, as the name suggests, help you in choosing a career, in helping your son, your daughter, or yourself in any college career that will always help you in advancing or always help you in developing your career as you look for advancement. Last but not least, we have Panessa Training Institute. For those of us who love to do woodwork, we have Panessa Training Institute for you. So anyone who is looking to advance or do something on the side, we have Panessa Training Institute. Today's session, as sorry, let me just struggling to get back to Zoom just a minute. All right. Today's session, as we were preparing you from the word go, we have none other than Margaret, who is going to guide us through parents' role in shaping the child's in shaping the child's career. I'd wish to say much about Margaret, and I really can't get enough, or I really can't say much to describe her. Margaret, please take us through your credentials and why you want to take us through the parents' role today.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Kevin. Thank you so much. Like you said, there's so much to say, but I guess it's not as much. It's really not as much. So a very warm welcome to you all this evening. And if it is morning, good morning. I hope you had a very wonderful day today. But in case you did not have, all is not lost. We have tomorrow. Tomorrow is still another day when we'll have more opportunities. My name is Margaret Waithaka, as Kevin has said. I am from College of Career Guidance and Development, and I'll be telling you a little bit more about the college. But first, let's start by knowing who I am. That's my name. I have worked in the field of career guidance for over 10 years. I'm a national panel member of KICD. I guide more on career guidance on CBC, on the competency-based curriculum. I have co-authored a career book for those ones in secondary school. So if you're a parent or a teacher, you may have seen it. It's called Discover Your Career Workbook. I'm a member of CDI UK, and I'm a founding member of CGI, or the Association of Career Guidance Practitioners in Kenya. Apart from my academic qualifications, I am a certified counselor, career counselor. I am able to administer and interpret career guidance psychometric tools. Last time, for those ones who are there, we talked a little bit about the tools. Now, about College of Career Guidance and Development, we are an online school. We train youth and adults on matters careers. We also train career guidance professionals with guidance competencies, whether they are coming from schools or whether they are coming from communities or even in workplaces. We train all of them. As I said earlier, we are members of CGI, that is a professional body of career guidance practitioners in Kenya. And we are also content developers, and we consult a lot in this field of career guidance. that's a little bit about us. Now let us go to the survey. We did a survey and we asked most of you, and we got 92 responses. Our question was, as a parent or a guardian or career or a caregiver, when do you think career guidance conversations should begin? And from the 92, we had the highest, of course, 57% who have said that it needs to start from primary school. There were 53 parents who said that career guidance conversations should start in primary schools. The other was in pre-primary. We had 23 parents saying that the conversation should start from primary school, 25%. Followed closely by, during the secondary school, 15 parents, and 1 parent felt that it should come after college, just before college. That is when they should begin. Then the second question was, who do you think is the best person your child should have career conversations with? Who do you think? And from the 92 respondents, 66%, or most of us parents, felt that it should be us. All 61 out of the 92 said it should actually be us, followed a little bit far by this is what professionals like us, the professionals at 22% who say that they should be the ones who are giving these conversations. Followed again with 7 parents who felt the teacher should have this mandate to talk to the students, and also family members. 3 parents felt that it should actually be family members. And now that you parents are the ones, now we can actually see that you parents are the key influencers of your children's careers. Then what challenges do you face as parents? I would like you to write on the chat, what challenges do you face when you're guiding your children on careers? Kindly write on the chat, and then you can have discussions after this. Okay, but as experts, we have looked at very many countries where career guidance has been done well. And of course, some countries that is also not doing so well. But the idea career guidance roadmap is across lifespan, that it should actually start from home, from we parents at home. The conversations continue at basic education. I will use the terms of CBC, early years, middle years, junior school and senior school, and for the times that we understand all the way from kindergarten until Form 4. And then, of course, we have the areas of transitions that are very, very key when the students are transiting from secondary school, going to tertiary. And these conversations are very, very key, where it is important to have the conversations on careers before they enter their colleges, during the life of their colleges, and also the time they are transiting to go to the world of work. And when you go to the world of work, of course, the conversations continue. We have the ones who are transiting, who are actually getting into the world of work, where we are talking about skills. What are you bringing on the table? These conversations continue. The career changes continue. It all continues on through the career management and career growth until even the time that we are retiring. At 55 now, we are still very young to retire. So we need to find out what is it that we need to do? What is it that we should be doing after that? So that even up to 90, the President of the United States, how old is he? He's still in the career. So those are the conversations that we see. And of course, we can never forget about the communities. That is the NEET that is not employed, not in education, not in training, and of course the retired, the job changers, the retirees, all of them are very important. So as we can see, this is a whole journey When it comes to career guidance for our children, it's a whole journey and including us. And I think all of us, we can relate to where we are at and why we need to have a career guidance conversation. Now that we have seen that we parents actually have a big role to play on, we are the influencers of our careers. Do this image represent what your children go through? Look at this image. Do they represent what your children go through? Depending on whether it is in Form 4 or in Form 2, whichever time in the lifespan. Is this the journey that we see our children looking confused, unsure, perplexed, lost? Is this the journey? And when we look at that, and I think many of us really understand from our homes, our parents, our nieces, our friends, the career challenges that our young people go through. Definitely, the most or the greatest has been choices that are based on grades, that our education system has really been grade and subject focused, that we start thinking about careers after the national exam. Did you get an A? So this is the career that you should do. Did you get a B? This is the career that you should do. So we base the choices based on that. I know we have so many stories about many people who based their choices on grades, and we know some of the things that happen. And of course, another challenge is influence from significant others, from family, from friends, from teachers. I had a student who had an A, and when she got an A, everybody in the family had a career for her. And by the time she was coming to me, she was like, my uncle, everybody has a career. How many careers do you have? Like 10 of them. So what do I do? So you see, you can actually be very high, but you're still not very, you are not sure at all, because career choices should never be based on grades alone. And then another problem, another challenge that we have is access to labor market information. This is what has been lacking. We have no place or a portal, an area where we can get all the courses and their the kind of what the courses are, where they lead to, their vacancies, the trend, the changing labor market. All these are some of the areas that we may not actually find in ours. And so that is why our kids are always wondering, what is it that we have to do? Our parents are wondering, what is it that we have to do? What careers do you have? I've gone to some schools and we struggle to get 10 careers. So because there is limited access in labor market information. And of course, they have limited access to qualified career guidance professionals. We do not have enough competencies when we have to in this country, so that we are able to professionally guide our kids and our children towards this. Of course, we have the teachers, but they are limited because they are subject teachers. We have counselors, they have very many psychosocial issues. We have HR, we have been trained out of school, that is in the workplaces. And all the motivational speakers, there's a lot of confusion that comes in. So these are the challenges that we find with our children. So now, and what happens when they go through all this? When all these challenges are there, these are the results. And you see, when we are talking about the results of this, we are not talking about another, we are talking about our own children, that thousands join universities, colleges, and technical institutes to pursue courses that do not match their capabilities at all. The courses that they choose and pursue are not appropriate to their unique personalities, their interests, their talents. And because of all this, it results in difficulties in learning, a lot of dissatisfaction in college, a lot of skills gap. HR people who are here understand what I mean, that you go to, that are the students that are coming from colleges, you tell them what is it that you're bringing on the table, they do not have. We have a lot of underemployment, unemployment, and the list continues. You can even put some of your list in some of the issues and the outcomes that you have seen on the chart, and then for others so that we can discuss. I want us to look through some data that was done, that has been done by the Economic Survey of Kenya. Now, the Economic Survey of Kenya in 2021 looked at the Kenyan situation when it comes to transition from high school to post-secondary education. And when you're talking about the statistics again, these may be numbers on the screen, but these are our children who are struggling with this. So if you see the 2018 and 19, the numbers were over 650,000 who completed Form 4. Only 68,000, over 68,000 were placed at the university, and 94,000, over 94,000 at the TVET institution. So we had 490,000 young people that we are not sure whether they went to private school, private colleges, or they went to abroad, or where did they go? Where are they? Then we look at the 2019, 2020, again, over 690, 89,000, over 89,000 went to the universities, and TVET only took 115. And this, when you're talking about the TVET placement, this is in the government areas. But we can still see 70% of them who we cannot account for. Now, let us look at the latest, which is 2021. 2021, we had over 7, but you can actually see the trajectory, it is going higher. 750,000 students who finished Form 4, 122,000 were placed over that. And then TVET institution took 94,000, over 500,000. We cannot tell where they are. That statistic is still not there. And because of all this, if you look at only this who have been placed at the colleges, you can actually see there's a lot of those problems we talked about, the change of courses, failure, a lot of them, not all of them, but quite a number of them. But then we have also this, maybe we can think that the ones in red, or the balance, maybe and most probably is because of confusion, uncertainty, delay, and even lack of financing, and many other things, because what we have found out. And that tells us that there is dire need of professional career guidance services so that these interventions can happen, not just in our homes, but in our country. We need career guidance interventions so that this can roll over the whole country, and we have all these young people getting to a place where they love, as we will see into that. Okay, I hope you are together. We can see the statistics is not just about numbers. This is our children. So really, what is our role then? What role do we as parents play? If most of us says that our greatest role is us who are the number one when we talk about our children, what do we do? Now, we delved into other countries and we looked at what parents are saying in different countries so that we can start weighing in where we are and what others. I would like anybody, whatever you find that is important, then you can actually pick it up for discussion and even for yourself. We looked at countries that are not the normal. Many times we look at the UK, the Finland, all those countries that we look at, Australia, but we looked at countries that we may not even think about. And all these were parents who talked about their role at different times for their children. So let us look at Ireland. In Ireland, the parents said that they serve as a major influence in their children's career development and career decision making. That their greatest desire is to see their children find happiness and success in life, especially when it comes to career choices. A research was done with parents, a survey bigger than what we've done. And what it came out is that when students, and the survey that was done was with parents, all the surveys I've been giving you is with parents. The survey said that the students feel supported and loved by their parents, and when their parents get involved, they have more confidence to explore the opportunities that are there in the market. They also say that when the parents are involved, they have the ability to research and choose a career that would be interesting and exciting and one that aligns with their careers. That is Ireland, and the career guidance is very well structured there. Then let's look at India. India said that that parents play a proactive role in helping their children understand the various educational fields, including the benefits that they have for the marketplace. They also say that parents motivate their children and help them in decision making, that parents should motivate their parents and help them in decision-making process when it comes to career guidance. They also say that it is important for parents to be concerned about the happiness and success in life. And that is what they want, that they want the best for their children, because if the children are given the best from the parents, the children will feel supported, they'll feel loved and have more confidence in career choices. It actually shows us where the place of parents should be. Then we go to Qatar. As I said, that we looked at countries that are not our normal. Then the parents say that students cannot achieve their full potential unless their parents are actively involved in their education. A research that was done with parents, again, it proved that positive parental involvement increases their children's achievement, it reduces bad behavior, it improves attendance and increases student satisfaction in school, including the career choices. Conversely, that they say that students whose parents are not involved in their education generally earn worse grades, they get into more trouble at school, they feel less happy, and even their transition is always a problem. That was Qatar. Then we look at the United States. I say that we have different ones, and I want to note that United States started their career guidance programs in early 19th century. It is very well structured in schools, with parents, in the workplaces, in all that. They have policies, they have, and their practice on career guidance is actually above none. What the parents said is that parents and guardians serve as a child-first career counselor, playing an instrumental role in their initial exposure to career possibilities and shaping the perceptions of the different occupations. An occupation that either can last a lifetime or it can actually keep rolling. They also say that parents who intentionally, and I want you to pick this, who intentionally discuss and explore career options with their children, they raise kids who think deeply about what they want to do with their own lives, and they start to, they begin to set career goals and to learn how to achieve them from a very early age. Remember our plan or our roadmap from a very, very early age. Then let's come to Africa. In Africa, we started with Tanzania. Tanzania, they said, the parents said that one underlying factor which leads to many of their children ending up in the work that they do not enjoy is family pressure. That they are really pressurized into the careers that they do. That they found out that the parents impose their opinions and choices on their children without considering the talents and their interests. This is from a journal that I got. It was very well researched from Citizen Journal, and I'll give you the story that I picked there of Ashura, a young girl. Soon after I completed, this is Ashura, that is what he said. Soon after I completed my O-level, my parents insisted that I should study nursing, which was my mother's career. I told them that was not a career path I wanted to pursue, but they insisted on their choice. Ashura, whose ambition was to become a fashion designer, says that her mother told her that if she did not go for nursing, then no one would pay her school fees. Does that sound familiar? I am sure, yes. Then let's go back to our country in Kenya. This is an article I found also very well researched in the Standard newspaper. I will start it with a story about Philip, who has been an active in the school's journalism club, where he's the chair. Gitali believes his role at the club has been shaping him for a career in the newsroom. Nevertheless, if his mother was to have her way, the 18-year-old would become a doctor. And if the father wins, Gitahi will become an actor. Sound familiar? I am sure, yes. However, parents We parents, we want the best for our children, but many times we are limited with information, and that is what was coming through for Kenyan parents in the research that was done. And due to this, there's been a rising cases of school dropouts, job dissatisfaction, depression among young people due to these young people being forced into doing courses that they have no interest in. It is a fact. And I put all this together, all this research that we have done, and I look from the career guidance experts' point of view that it is a fact that parents have a key role to play in the decision-making and the general career path their children choose to pursue. That's a fact. Secondly, parents want their children to find happiness and success in life. We have actually seen across the countries that that is what they want. And one factor influencing happiness and success is career choice. Because you can imagine that after the child finishes school for those 19 years or so, they spend the whole life at work. When a child is happy, when our children are happy, whether they are married, whether they are working, we parents are happy. When they are happy in school, we are happy. And one of the ones that will make us happy if they are happy in their careers. And parents also serve as a major influence in their children's career development and career decision making. That is also another fact. Okay, I know that we are together and you can keep commenting on the chat. If there is anything you'd like to talk about, you can comment. So in all this, we look at the do's and don'ts for parents. What are the things that we need to do and the things we do not need to do so that we are able to help our students or our children get into careers that we love? Number one, we need to evaluate, we all parents need to evaluate our child's aptitude, their strengths, and their weaknesses. Remember that you are the first teacher. We parents are the first teachers. And in the career roadmap, it's that we start at home. So we must start evaluating all through. Anytime that I'm having a career discussion in my office, I always insist that parents should be there if a child is 18 and below, so that because you are able to understand this more than. Then number two is that you need to help your children discover their talents, their interests, their passion, not another interest, not their friends, not their sisters, not their brothers, their own talents, their interests and passion, because we are all unique. We are different. Number three, encourage them to align and pursue their passion and their dreams. Aligning means we have already found our interests and our talents and our passion. How do I align? If your child is more of a social person, needs to talk a lot, if you place them to a place where they will be working with things and not people, they will really get drained. If your child is the kind of person who loves working with their hands, manipulating and all that, you place them in a place where their hands are tied, then they will get drained, they will not work. So it is important to, once you have found the interest, they are able to align with the careers. And you can already have the careers in mind as we speak, I'm sure. Help them and understand their work life by connecting them to professionals. This is something that lacks. And as parents, it's very important to help them connect with professionals in that field. If I want to be a DJ, if your child wants to be a DJ, let them find a DJ so that they talk and find about the rigors of that career. If they want to be a nurse, let them also do the same. If they want to be an artist, whichever, if it's plumbing, let them find out about that. Provide career information to reduce peer pressure and hard mentality. There is always this thing that IT is the one that is in vogue. All the kids go there. Then you hear that journalism is in vogue. Everybody goes there. So ensure that you provide information to reduce peer pressure. So that means we are all both students. We are all reading, the parent and the child. But most of all, seek professional help with career professionals. We are always here and we are more of us. You can always seek professional help so that you can help your students. Is it clear? I am sure it's clear and it's making a lot of sense. Let us talk about the things that we should not do. Maybe the things we do more, but here we are being told, let us not do it. Number one, do not dictate your child's decision. Rather guide them towards making an informed decision. Many of us dictate, just like Ashura's mother, that if you do not become a nurse, I am not paying school fees. This happens a lot. And if you're not doing it, I will not pay. It happens a lot. Do not dictate your child's decision, but guide them towards making informed decisions. Very important. Number two, do not burden the child with unreal expectations. Be patient with the child. Many of us parents, we always compare. Can't you see your neighbor? Look at how well they are doing. But we forget that we are all different. Look at your elder sister or your elder brother. Look at what they are doing. I know of a family of doctors. 5 of them are doctors, but one child said he wanted to be a performing artist. And it was crazy how. So you see, but you see that is exactly where his talents lay. And that is what he's doing now. So now do not burden them with unreal expectation. I also want to say that career scope changes all the time. We have traditional careers, new careers that come, different things that are coming. Even the careers that we thought were traditional are changing. Do not try to impose ideas or views that existed during our days. I know as parents, we like saying, you know, during our time, all women used to be teachers. So I think that is what you need to do. So now we need to actually change that concept. Number 4, do not misguide the child into choosing a career of your choice. I think that we talked about a career of your choice. It's not about me. Do not answer a child's query if you are not sure about it. This is what I want to tell parents. Many of the times we want to feel macho, we know and all that, but if we do not know, let us not be told that you say it, mom, you say it, dad, you say it. Do not answer their question if you are not sure. Do your research, seek professional help, seek and find it, so that by the time you are talking to your child, we already have answered, you already have your answers, yeah? Then do not allow other people to influence your child in the career selection process. This is like what I was saying about the young girl who everybody had a career for. You know, you need to be a doctor, you need to be, you know, with an A, how can you do finance? No, with an A, how do medicine, do what everybody had. So do not allow other people to influence. Let's remember that it is about them, it is about their interests, their capabilities, their skills, and all that. I think we are all following, and our recommendations. What is our recommendations? If that is the way, what are we recommending? We are recommending that for we parents, we need to support our children in career guidance conversations all through and especially during the selection of post-high school options, because you can always start somewhere. But this is a very critical time when they are transiting to the higher education, and it is very important for we to actually be part of this. Many times I get a phone call for parents, and one of the things that the phone call is say that, you know, my child cannot even decide. They can't decide. They don't even know what they want to be. And I'm like, it's okay not to know, so that they are not making a mistake. So that is what we are recommending. Okay, so now as career guidance experts, we said about what we do. What interventions do we have? We are looking at, we normally have quite a number of trainings, but for this particular one, we are asking that we can have a half-day training with students in Form 3, Form 4, and even the ones who finished high school, whether it is 2020, 2019, 2018, in the last 5 years, it is okay. The content of the course will be self-awareness. Who am I? What are my interests? What are my capabilities? What are my strengths? How do I align that with the post-school option, or the post-school options that are available? So now there's the knowledge of the post-school secondary options and what are they available. How can I align? And what are the search tools and resources are available, and how can I use the tools? What are the financing options? How can I finance my education? How can I finance my way? So these are the things that we'll be teaching. It's half day. It's an abridged version of a course that we have, but we offer it a lot during the transition time. And for this training, this is what we want to achieve, all your children to achieve, all our children to achieve: confidence about careers that match their interest, their passion, and their aspirations. We want them to be confident about post-secondary school education and the many other options that are there. This half a million, there are so many things that they can do. There is no way, there was no one who was created without something that they can offer the world. Everybody has something. So it is us now who want to find out what it is and how this can be offered. Another outcome is the ability to advocate about their interests and talents. When a child knows that I am more of a social person, or I'm more of a mind person, or I'm more of an entrepreneurial person, then they can advocate. When all the hard mentality and the peer pressure and all that is going on, they'll be able to say, that is not mine. I am this kind of a person. These are my interests. I know for the HR people here, we always say in our CVs, my interests are what? Many times we do not even know how to write our interests, but they will be advocates of their own interests and their talents. And of course, we want to reduce the field of study mismatch with them. How will this be done? These are half the training. Our target, as I said, is 3, 4, and all the leavers who are interested in coming in. We would like this training to be in July, that is in 2 weeks' time. Right now, there are quite a number of students who are revising their colleges in KUSSIPS, and others who are still not very sure. It is going to be in the next 2 weeks. That is when we'll have it, 9 to 12. That is 3 hours, going up to 12:30. It's going to be on Zoom, and just at a minimum fee of 2,000 shillings per child. And of course, the outcome, they'll come out with, they'll come up with a flyer of what their interests are and what courses that they can go to, what courses that they are aligned to. My parting shot is my humble request to we parents and all of us. 3 of them: be involved, but do not be in control. Let's not be like Ashura's parents or Gitahi's parents. Let us advise, but let us not decide for our children. We advise, you give information, we talk, we discuss, like many of the countries. I think we picked a lot of lessons from other countries. Thirdly, let us support, but not dominate. If we want to look and find that our children are happy, they are not making the mistakes that we made or the mistake others before us have made, then we need to support them as much as possible. We need to advise, we need to be involved in what they are doing, that both of us are doing our careers. I end there, and I give back to Grace and team so that we can continue on the other one. Thank you very much.
Wow, 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 Margaret. You know, I'm listening to you and I'm thinking, my God. Do you know, somebody, when we sent out the flyer, somebody asked me, are we actually, and this is somebody who is all grown up, are we in careers of our choice or those of our parents? Which I thought was quite in line with what we are trying to do now, because I mean, you find people in careers that were chosen by parents. I remember, because I am in carpentry. So one of the students who came in and was brought by the parents, and he told, he came in and he went home, he came to our school, took the prospectus, went back to the house, took his computer science degree, gave it to the parents and said, this was yours. Now I'm going to this school, please pay for me. And I'm going to study carpentry. And he was actually one of our best students, who is now running a woodworking shop in Kitengela. But I found that quite, I mean, imagine a parent who had paid school fees for 4 years. And this is 4 years of this child's life. from 18, like 19 to 20, whatever, 23, 24. They've gone through computer science degree, and now they come and they're like, you know what? This is not me. This is not my career.
Yes, that happens a lot. I even know of a doctor who did that because of the parents, because the family was that, and then he went to photography after that. So many times our children, we are doing this to appease. And actually the same gentleman works in National Geographic because his photography is out of this world. So you see, there is always something. As I say, there is something for everyone.
Wow, wow. All right. And there's somebody who talked about he or she, I don't know, I can't see the comment, said on the chat box, you should go and speak to people. Oh yeah, Naitwa Mashira said, why don't you go to school to guide these young ones? Actually, the College of Career Guidance and Development does that in schools. And we have partnered for the half-day training with Atara Solutions. We want to engage the students and not parents now, the students. We want to walk this journey with them. We want to give them tools. We want them to understand themselves. We want them to make the career of choices from a point of knowledge. So if you have a child and you're tuned into this call, we will be sharing the flyer. We will be sharing the registration link. Please, please, please send your children. Let us not make the same mistakes our parents made for us. It's on 7th from 9 a.m. to 12 a.m. To 12 noon. Oh my God. It is on 7th from 9 a.m. to 12.
From 9 to 12. Mm-hmm.
Yes, we will engage with the students, with your children, the people in Form 3, Form 4, or the people who are joining colleges, or those who are in college and they're not too sure where they belong to. Please send them to us and we'll be very happy to walk the journey with you guys, because we must make a difference. We run this program every Tuesday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. and we have one mission: to change the world through information. And this mostly our focus is the world of work. We get graduates and we complain that they're half-baked graduates. What can we do? And we, as Atara Solutions, in partnership with Career Guidance and Development, have chosen to be the change we want to see. So please, 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 on 7th, let's have your children. Let's walk this journey with them. Let's support them in making the choices, the career choices of choice, if there's a word like that. Yeah, schools are closing next week and opening on 12. You cannot make it earlier. The session is on 7th. 7th, yeah, 7th. And okay, so before we get to the questions on the chat, let me go to the Q&A. There's somebody who's saying, how can we prepare our children for careers that do not exist? Are there any future-proof skills that can be developed to enable them to have a range of career options when they are already ready to enter the workforce? To you, Margaret.
Okay. Now, of course, you have to start thinking about what are these careers that do not exist. Of course, we are telling our children they must be innovative as much as possible. If they are able to innovate, we open their minds, and especially if you let them, you open their minds so that they are innovative, but you listen to the innovations. But the careers are there. There is so much information that is online, offline, and all that. But of course, you have to be very careful about some of the careers, some of the innovations that you are looking at, is whether you also don't want them to struggle. There is always what we call the cluster, the cluster careers, that a child can go into a career that will actually enable them to still continue with now what they are looking at. But what you're saying is that learning, lifelong learning, let them keep creating and finding out. They could be the creators of those future careers.
Yeah, and as well, I mean, sometimes it's more about building onto your career as you go. So you choose a career that you enjoy, and then because you enjoy it, then it will not be work even to go back to class and study a little more to tweak it, just a bit of it.
Exactly, and research has shown that if you are aligned to your careers, you tend to be very innovative and motivated. Why won't you create? We can actually be the creators of the future if you are aligned. If you're not aligned, it becomes very difficult. Most of us are misaligned. Research has shown that over 75% of Kenyans are misaligned. So it will be very hard to innovate. But if you are aligned, innovations and motivations come hand in hand, and you're satisfied with your career.
Exactly. And the Charity is asking, do you provide career counseling services?
Yes, we do. I have put in my number. We have, for young people, we always see students nearly daily. I put in my number, you can call me.
All right. And then there's a very interesting comment here. My son is so tall and he realized it is the most requirement for cabin crew. I told him cabin crew is just a waiter on air. So despite being in one of the top national schools, he stopped performing. He's not ambitious in his studies. He hates science, though he must take it in school. His marks keep dropping every term. He seems not interested in working hard.
Okay, those could be so many reasons. There can be other reasons here and there. It's not just about the cabin crew. So what and cabin crew is also a very good career. Is yes, it is a waiter, but you see, for people who have energy, there are people who are really on that is really their true careers. If that is the one, it would be. But of course, we look at so many other areas and why, and the need is actually dropping. So maybe I can ask that you call us so that, because counseling is quite personal. So you can call us and then we can have a session. If it's in whichever school there is in, it's actually about a personal journey. So call us, call me. There is my number. You can call Mercy. Dr. Mercy, I hope you've written your number. You can call me or Dr. Mercy and then we can assist.
Okay. There's somebody else who had another question. What can you say about cluster subjects when going to university? Because they end up doing courses not of their choice.
Hi, this is a problem that starts way in Form 2. The career guidance conversations should, when I say they start in school, it means that even when they're doing the subject selection, you have to be very keen. You have to know from way above. So for example, if you want to get into medicine, there are subjects that you must do. There is the math, biology is a must-have, biology is a must-have, then you have the chemistry, you have the sciences. There are those ones, if you want to do legal, of course, there is always about history, but English, history is another advantage because it is any of those. But then you must have English. So if you chose wrongly in Form 2, then it means that the clusters now become a problem. But if, for example, you are going to take survey, and your cluster does not, you are really aligned because you are outdoorsy, you are really not a social person and you need to do like career, for example, quantity surveying. And you do not have the grade to take you to the university, but this is the career that you want, you can still start it at the diploma level. It is still okay, it is very okay. So it is very important, and I think I need you to pick this, that you need to start way in Form 2. So that the subject selection is done very keenly. CCGD has come up with a tool that is helping students in Form 2. We also from our website, you can actually find it, but you can also call us so that you are able to help your students who are in Form 2 to pick correctly. And then you work from your subjects that you already know. So you know from backwards to where you're going.
Excellent, excellent. I think that is really, really deep. Lawrence Namale, your hand is up. You can speak.
Yeah, thank you so much for discussion. I hope you can hear me well.
Yes,
we can.
So I want to throw a spanner in the works here, because the more we talk about careers and all these things, especially looking at that guy who wanted to become a cabin crew, aren't we missing something when we approach careers in terms of what already is existing, instead of leading our kids from the idea of they have something that they can offer this world? It doesn't have to be tied to a particular name or title, but they should approach life from the angle of being solution providers. Therefore, their careers can be aligned from that angle. Is there credence to that kind of school of thought?
Yes, Lawrence, even that is also very key. But remember, like we said from the beginning, that if you are not aligned, like if you are not aligned, because everybody has some interest and passion, and you cannot do one thing. You can actually do a number of things, but aligned to your area. So if you are aligned to your area, the solution just come naturally. Just think about something that you love doing. It actually comes without, so many things come without being prodded. You can create without being prodded. You can innovate without being prodded because you love what you do. So basically what you're trying to say is that you find out first, what are these things that you can do so well? Which is, what did God create you with internally? What is your uniqueness? How are you wired? Because we are all wired differently. Then in that way, there are so many solutions that you can offer, very many solutions that you can offer. There are also solutions that you can offer out of the career, you can still do that. But within your career, when you are aligned, you are actually boundless. It is actually boundless. You can move as much as you can. You can create as much as you can. You can provide solutions as much as you can.
Yeah. All right. I've seen Joanne asking about mental health. Joanne, I can point out that we have covered quite a lot on mental health on our YouTube channel. We even did childhood trauma. If you go to Get It Right with the Tara Solutions YouTube channel, and I'm sure Kevin is about to share the link, you will see a lot of information there on mental health. That said, it's not to mean that we are not covering more. We will explore as many topics as possible that especially affect people in the workplaces. That includes children, because children become the future. So maybe you can check on our YouTube channel. There's childhood trauma. I think 3 weeks ago, we were doing men and men and mental health. I think some time back, we also did what? Oh God, we have done quite a lot on mental health. Last year, we did conquering suicide. We did dealing with death. There's a lot there. There's somebody here who has an interesting question again. My daughter is a creative, very talented, but now she's poor in sciences and maths. She's doing her class 8. The system of 8-4-4 requires a child to pass well so that she can get into a school that will nurture her talents. How do I go about this?
Now, we remember what I said about grades and all that. Let her work hard. All parents, all of us parents, all we want to say is that our kids work as hard as possible to get the most education. But wherever they get to that, wherever they get, it is okay. They can still move. Creativity has a lot. There are some schools that are actually quite good in creative, but ensure that she is doing most of those creativities out. But do not worry about that. So long as she's working hard and she's able to get the match out of school, then that is okay. Don't worry about the sciences and all that. Creativity may not, but you will work. It can actually be guided quite well after secondary school. And there are very many secondary schools that you can actually get to. The country has over 14,000, so you have nothing to worry about. Class 8 is still we are still there, but he'll actually just make up to that.
Okay, but now, like, how do we even support these schools? Because some of these schools, the way they're doing career guidance, Margaret.
We are hoping that TSC will pick up our stand so that every school may have. I don't know whether Grace was able to come. Grace from KICD was supposed to be here. And when it comes to CBC, career guidance has actually been really entrenched. So is the practicability and the teachers to be trained, because teachers are subject teachers. That is what they've been trained to do, but they need to be trained with competencies. Dr. Mercy here, who's been answering your question, she's a teacher in career guidance in our school. Together with others, you can check on our website so that they are trained, so that they're able to actually discuss even better than we do. So that is what we are hoping, that in the next 5 years, we'll see every school having a trained career teacher, every college, every university having a trained career personnel.
All right. Somebody else is saying, my daughter is in class 7. She wants to be a zoologist. How do you, such a career with less financing in the industry? And before you answer that, allow me to remind you, this webinar is brought to you by Atara Solutions in partnership with Balcon Housing. Margaret, how do you help this person who wants to do zoology? How do you pursue such a career in less financed industry?
No, at grade 7, he's still finding out, he's still exploring. By the time that psychologically, in psychology, is by the time he's 14, that is when you start coming up to find out exactly how your wiring is. So in grade 7, don't worry, let her look at as many careers as possible. Let us explore as much as possible. And then we'll pick up from there. Class 7 is still early. And zoology, you can only do it at the university, not in the early levels. And then it is important to find out whatever other careers, that and many others, because we encourage a lot of information. Find out the subjects that are important for that, like history, for example. Yeah.
Margaret, there's something interesting that you said. You said that everybody has talent, everybody has God-given gift, everybody has something to offer the world.
Yes.
And Rose has asked a very pertinent question, which I think is very, very important to everyone on this call and those who are tuned in on Facebook. As a mother, how do I identify and be aligned to my God-given career?
As a mother to your children, or as a mother,
yes,
how do
like
we
just
help
generally,
our children?
how, not now, I want to now remove the mother part, because we have fathers here, we have brothers, we have guardians, we have everybody on this call, including Kevin and Catherine Sidandi here. How do they identify what they are very good at, okay? Or how do they now discover what their passions are to align it to whatever career they want to pursue?
As parents, we start observing and encouraging some of the things they do. Some of that interest drop along the way. But of course, as we move on, as they grow older, you will start observing and identifying and discussing. But as they grow older, there are tools that you are able to find out what your interests are. When I started, I said that I am certified in administration of psychometric tools. There are those tools that are able to tell you who exactly you are, that you are more with your hands, you work more with your hands or with your mind or with art, with people, with motivation, with numbers and all that. It's able to guide us. So there are tools that are used. Some of them are online, some of them are paid for, some of them are free. We can always have. Should you have a student who is, or a child who is 14 and 15 and above, we have a tool that we use so that they are able to actually find out what your talent, your interest. Everybody has something to give. Everybody has something in the world. And there is no career that is inferior than the other. We all support each other.
Okay.
So you can talk to us for those ones. We have tools, but it's good to observe all through. Yes, back to you, Grace.
There's a Grace on the chat who's saying, schools also fail children, surely. Taking subjects that they don't want. My son wants to be cabin crew. How will biology help him in his dream career? The school is forcing them on sciences, everyone.
Yeah, you know, schools have all their own system. There are schools that sciences are a must. Of course, it gives you a wide variety. It's not also bad to learn as much as possible. So it gives you a wide variety when you do the sciences of careers. So if the school has that and is registered that actually that is what they offer, then he has no choice. He has to struggle on and move on and work a little and look at students. You can actually work with the teachers because there's nothing that you can do. If he has a way that he can drop, if there are schools that have different subjects that you can drop, then that is different. But if the school says that science is a must-have, it's good. But also, I also want to tell you that when you have more sciences, and especially people who are able to get sciences, you have a wide variety of careers that you'll be spoiled for choice.
All right. Johnson?
Yes, good evening, everyone.
Evening to you.
You can hear me?
Yes.
Loud and clear.
Yes. Thank you for the presentation and for this kind of discussion. This is really what we want. On my side, I would want to introduce a new concept, which maybe I would wish to see inculcated in the process of career guidance. And this is a concept that is borrowed from Japan that is called Ikigai. Ikigai is an ancient Japanese philosophy that has enveloped the way the Japanese people live. Some believe it is even the reason for their happiness and long life. You know, we know the Japanese live many years. Most of them live over 90 years, 100 something. And there is this concept they call Ikigai. The reason for being. And now the Western people have interpreted that concept of Ikigai as a method of finding your dream career. So the Westernized version of Ikigai says you have found your dream career when your career includes the following 4 qualities. One of them is what you love. Number 2, what you are good at. Number 3, what you can be paid for. And number 4, what the world needs. So what you love versus what you are good at bring out what we call passion. Then what you are good at versus what you can be paid for bring out the profession. That is the paid occupation. Then what you can be paid for versus what the world needs brings out now the vocation.
Expertise.
That is now a strong feeling for a career. Then what the words need versus what you love now becomes a mission. And we all have a mission to make the world better than we found it. So I believe if we put those 4 values from Ikigai, then I think we can be doing very well in terms of career guidance and in terms of helping our young people. Because when you know your Ikigai and understand its meaning, then you are aligned with the word you will long to live, and the word, what the word needs you to do. So I think that is my contribution. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think we are talking about the same thing. In other words, that's exactly the heart of career guidance. What you have discussed is the heart of career guidance. How am I wired? That's what you started. How am I wired? What are these uniqueness that I have that another person may not have? How come that nobody else is like me? My fingerprints are different. So now from that, now we are able to find out what are these interests. Interests are innate, they are not learned. So when you pick that and the talents, now we move, now we get aligned to your number 3. And then now we work with that, with our motivation and innovation. It is actually the same thing. It's the heart of career guidance, what we talked about in different words. And if we are able to inculcate that and to do that, we can actually be very, very far. We can, from us parents, teachers, all the stakeholders, the education system, our teachers, our parents, all of us, we actually have a role to play.
I agree. And I think this is the beginning of such conversations. Susan Daria, as we read Fiona's, who will be probably the last. Susan?
Thank you so much. Mrs. Waithaka, really nice to hear you again. It's always nice listening to you. I'm a pioneer student at the College of Career Guidance and Development, so I follow her a lot in what she does. Now, I just wanted to take us back to the other parent who asked about students who are forced to do subjects. And I'm asking you this at your level, probably at KICD, where you're dealing with matters education and policy level. What do you think can be done about some of these schools? Because I've sat on school boards, I still sit on school boards, and you'll find that in certain schools, how the subjects are chosen does not assist the students to make the right career choices, even as they pick the subjects. You will find that some school managements will force students to choose between physics and history. You know, that is, physics is a science, history is a humanity, but they're forced to pick between the two simply because you'll find the school probably does well in a particular line of subject, or their teacher is really good in that subject. So then they're looking at performance to raise their mean scores in the schools at the expense of the career lines that the students would have chosen. You'll also find that very many schools, specifically Catholic schools, force their students to do CRE. Not everybody wants to do CRE. And when you look at how this forcing comes in, these are elective subjects. But when you see them being forced to do this, they eat into the subjects the student would have taken to fit into the career lines they probably wanted to do. So at your level, at policy level, what do you think should be done to streamline such matters within our schools, our secondary school setup, when it comes to subject selection, which is usually Form 2 most of the time? Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I don't work for KICD, but I'm a panel member. I'm a panel member at KICD, but what I know is that when it comes to pertinent and contemporary issues, these things are being placed in such a way that career guidance is streamlined from grade 7, where they will be taught or they learn about the different careers that are there. Then they can pick the sciences, and then by the time they're going to the senior school, we have the 3 pathways that they move to. For us in CCGD, our support in that is that we've come up with a tool that schools are using so that they are able to do it. It's a video, it comes in four formats in such a way that you're able to find out from who you are and what you have. But now those ones from the policy level, KICD and the ministry can actually guide on that. I would not be the best person to talk about that when it comes to policy.
Actually, Dr. Mercy wants to weigh in on that. Dr. Mercy,
Yes,
you can
Dr.
unmute
Mercy.
yourself.
Thank you, Grace, and thank you, Margaret, and Kevin, and Catherine. There's a basic in terms of how subjects are arranged according to the curriculum, and that's why we have the compulsory subjects, whether the students must take, and we have the sciences, the group 2, which are the science subjects. Then the humanities subjects, then we have the technical subjects. And that's how the curriculum has been arranged. When it's arranged in that, there's little you can do. It's to encourage the children so that they can be able to meet the criteria even for purposes of being graded by Kenya National Examination Council. If you also look at terms of how courses are arranged, they align specifically to the subjects that are offered in secondary school. So the knowledge of how the subjects are arranged is important, and it's part of the conversation that we can now talk with the children so that they can be able to know more about it and get a general appreciation that when I do biology, biology is applied in many different areas of life. It's not just because of a career they're going to do in medicine. Biology applies even in cooking. It applies in cosmetology. It applies in hair, all those things. Those are as basic as it is in terms of the career choices. This will be able to, an awareness of the importance of each and every subject and its contribution to what they would want to become. A student who wants to become a cabin crew, there's biology in that. It's about human beings. So how does biology apply in terms of a career associated with cabin crew? It is service to people. It is how people, the different personalities, in terms of the knowledge of people, and so that and that's what they will learn in biology, the appreciation of each and every subject. So the conversations on subjects, I think, is something that we can be able to do so that each and every subject has a value, and it's the way the subjects have been arranged according to the curriculum, they have a purpose for each one of them. One for grading, for KCSE, and also for the courses that they will do in post-secondary education.
Okay, thank you for that elaborate explanation, Dr. Mercy. I think it's now clear, and I think it's okay to learn. Yeah, it's okay to learn, because even those careers change. I was trained as a journalist. I'm now in HR. I use both. I am actually really glad that I got that training, and I am happy doing HR and I can switch careers the way I want. I mean, it's I actually think it's a blessing. And at some point, I know my mom thought that she wasted school fees, but I'm sure today she looks back and she's like, yeah, that was part of her journey, which is fine. I think I don't know whether Lawrence wanted to say something, but there's a question by Fiona, which I think was quite important.
I wanted to say something.
Okay, just before you speak, how do you encourage a child to follow his or her dream other than copy or idolize his siblings?
I think we had talked about that one earlier, where we had said that you learn your interest, you can learn what your interest and your skills are and your capabilities, and then we align. So because everybody is different, we have our tools that we use that we help students understand. And when they come for this course, these are some of the things that they will do so that they learn what their interests are, not their sisters, not their brothers, not their friends, but their own.
You're right. And there are tools that during the last webinar, when we had the College of Career Guidance, there are tools that everybody was asking for. So if you belong to the Get It Right WhatsApp group, I'll be sharing the link as soon as we're done with this webinar, and you can be able to do the assessments yourself, some of the tools that you would need to use. Stephen says, we don't need as parents to side with students on courses, otherwise we shall make them hate the subjects, hence lower aggregate at the final exam. I agree with that. And also for the parent who said that cabin crew is just waiters on air, maybe that is what they want to do.
Yes.
Don't demonize that career for them. They will discover it. They will discover what it means. And maybe that is what will give them joy. And it's okay. It's really, really okay. All right. So it's 9:22. That's our WhatsApp group chat, whatever has been put, link has been put on the chat. And then please remember that we have a session coming up for the students on the 7th of July. 7th of July, students at a cost of 2,000 shillings only. We have a session where we will be taking the students through what they need to do as they choose their careers. And this is open for students who are from Form 3 onwards, those who have cleared, those who are joining university, and all the students that wish to join. So please just remember. All right, we have giveaways. Yay, it's that time of the day. Pathway Solutions has giveaways for you on their LMS, Learning Management System. They have courses on offer for guess who? Their fathers. Drum rolls. Yes, it was Father's Day this Sunday, and Pathway Solutions has come up with a few training offer is for fathers only today. So if you're a father and you're tuned in on this call, I don't know how many are there offers. Strictly 5 fathers only. Okay. So 5 fathers are, oh God, my screen has gone off. I don't know why, but 5 fathers are being offered trainings today by Pathway Solutions. Oh my God, you guys have too many options. Frank, this is not fair. Anyway, and this is because I'm a woman. All right. But I know we have not had a specialized one. So, oh God. All right, so 5 fathers will get 2 courses each. 5 fathers will get 2 courses each to train on the LMS by Pathway Solutions. And the courses are on your screen. You can take a screenshot. The first one is 10 soft skills that you need. Second one is goal setting and getting things done. That one is handling difficult customers. The other one is interpersonal skills, managing personal finances, managing workplace harassment, personal branding, personal productivity, overcoming sales objections. Now, the terms and conditions is you must complete this training via LMS, and this is commitment is required. You must have access to internet-enabled device because you learn by yourself. This is self-paced. Must be willing to study for self-paced learning, all right? Ability to study independently and minimum support and guidance on request. So if you wish to take any of these courses, Pathway Solutions is giving it to you for free on their LMS, Learning Management System. And this one is for 5 fathers only. So it's first come, first served. you only get to choose 2 courses of the 10 that we have listed. And for you to get a chance to win, you can email me on grace@tatarasolutions.co.ke or frank@pathwaysolutionsservices.co.uk. So please email us right now, and we will be able to offer 5 fathers 2 courses for free by Pathway Solutions. All right, so thank you very much, Frank, for your partnership. We really appreciate.
Grace,
Yes.
there is something here from Sandra Joy to Pathway Solutions. Sandra is saying, I want to take this opportunity to thank the moderator of choice, that is Grace, and Pathway Solution for the LMS training program. That was the best thing that ever happened to her this month. So Frank, there you have a feedback from Sandra Joy, and she's really grateful.
Thank you, Sandra, for being an ardent follower of Get It Right. She's always here to listen to the music, and we really appreciate you. For those, I know, oh my God, for those of you who want to take a holiday, Fina Gardens located in Naivasha has offers for you. If you take a holiday around August, you can pay for, I can't remember whether it was 2 nights, and you get 1 for free. And then if you go anytime between now and whenever, and you mention that you're a Get It Right follower, you will get a 10% discount. This involves whether you're going to sleep, or you're going to eat, or you're just going for swimming. You'll get a 10% offer if you mention Get It Right with the Tara Solutions or Grace Nzula. You can mention my name. You can name drop. Yes, and you will be fine. Stephen Zioka, I don't know what you wanted to say. Maybe we can just take you before we get the last parting shot from Madam Margaret. Stephen Zioka. Yes, please, Tom Onyambo, go on WhatsApp, please. Oh, you can't qualify if you go on WhatsApp. Just send an email if it's the offer by Pathways. Stephen Zioka, we're waiting for you. All right, I think the hand was okay. Stephen Zioka? Okay, I think that was just mistake. Anyway, your parting shot, Margaret, as we finish.
Thank you very much, Grace. For me, I would want to tell we parents, I am a parent as well, that our children are our assets that God has given us. Let us take care of them, involve them, advise them. Many times they feel that they know more than us, but we have lived longer, we know. So let's be involved, let us advise them, let us support them. And I would like to say, please put in that effort to help your children. Let them come for the training, let them get professionals, get professional help for your students so that we may get the best out of them. So thank you very much, and God bless you all.
Thank you very much. Okay, Frank, maybe you can take 30 seconds, just 30 seconds.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Loud and clear.
Thank you so much for the speaker and everyone. What happens here in the West is when one is in year 9, which is Form 2 there, the students will be given a presentation on every career about the subjects they are doing and what subjects they need to do and what opportunities are available. Then from there, they are emailed all the subjects for the following year, which will be year 9, which is Form 3 on your side. Then they'll be given about 1 month or 2 to choose which subjects they want to do. Then they fill the form, they email the tutors, and then the teachers will put those subjects as for the subjects for their following year. So they don't take the issue of choosing subjects lightly. They do a proper presentations, and the parents must attend that session before the subjects are chosen. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for that contribution. I think it's also important that we know what happens around the world. Tom, you have not seen my email. First of all, how did you log into this call without my email? That one, that is my email address, grace@tatarasolutions.co.ke, and we've put it on the chat as well. Or you can use frank@pathwaysolutionsservices.co.uk. All right, so Thank you. Thank you. Allow us to just give a shout out to our partners. And please don't forget, we have a session coming up for all the students on the 8th. All right. We have a session coming up on the 7th, 7th of July. Saba. We will be taking your students through a career guidance on making the proper choices in their career. So, right, this is on, for season 3, we have partners. We have partnered with Balcon Housing. Balcon Housing is a real estate and property management company. And then we have Stallion Construction Company, which is a construction company. And then we have Ames College of Business and Technology, which is a college. We have Wandi Restaurant. We have the Career Management Center. We have Pathway Solution Services. Pathway Solution Services has been offering us free trainings on their LMS. I am glad you've heard the testimonial from Sandra Joy. We have had quite a number of people who've been taking these courses, and I'm sure more of the feedback will be coming. There's a lot of information that Pathway Solutions has in their LMS that you guys can get to enjoy. And then we have Wicklin, we have Capula Mintito, we have Fina Gardens. Fina Gardens is a restaurant located, it's a hotel, Fina Gardens Resort. It's a resort located along Moi South Lake in Naivasha. If you want to go on holiday, if you're looking to take your vacation, workation, if you're there for work and you're looking for a place to put up, please go to Fina Gardens. They have a swimming pool, they have delicious meals, and their rooms are really, really good. So please go there, order for fish. If you like fish, it is my favorite go-to food. And please make sure you take a swim. And then we have the College of Career Guidance and Development. College of Career Guidance is doing a lot in changing the narrative when it comes to career choices. And we need to actually support them. They offer a diploma in career guidance. If you're on this call and this is an area of interest for you, if you do mentorship, if you're a church leader, if you're a teacher in a school or something, College of Career Guidance and Development have a course that will help you do your job better. Please, let's join the narrative. Let's join hands to make sure that we have students or our children are actually doing what they enjoy and support them as much as we can. And then, of course, we have Panessa Training Institute, which is a carpentry training college. If you're here and you think that, my God, I have passion for wood, I want to do this, please come to Panessa Training Institute. I happen to be a manager there. We will walk the journey with you until you get your passion.
Are you asleep?
Dr. Mercy, we can hear you. All right, so I allow us to say thank you to our partners. Please don't forget to follow us on Instagram. It's Atara Solutions. Join our Facebook page, Atara Solutions. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Get it right with Atara Solutions. We have with me here my colleague, Kevin Deepo. Kevin, you can just say something.
Oh, great. We've had our facts. We've had our statistics as parents. You know the do's and the don'ts. And you've been given the intervention method. So why should we waste time to interact with Margaret? That's just it.
Exactly. All right. So yeah, for those who are sending emails, I don't know whether they're still here. They should maybe copy us, myself or Frank, so that we avoid duplication. But probably that is something I should have said before everyone left. Anyway, there's 72 of us here. If any of you is left who has not, please do that. All right. So as always, I'm your host, Grace Nzula. I love to change the world through information, and I'm sure you're getting brighter by the day. Please join us every Tuesday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. We normally have delicious, or what do we call them? Eye-opening, insightful, exciting information for you. If you have missed any of our sessions, please just go to our YouTube channel. You'll find a lot in store. We did one session with the College of Career Guidance in about 3 weeks ago. You can find that on our YouTube channel. We did one with Frank. If you're looking to go abroad, please go there. Thank you, Paul. Meticulous. Yes, meticulous sessions. Exactly. For our audience on Facebook, I hope you have had fun. We apologize. I don't know. I wrote to Zoom. They haven't gotten back to me. I don't know what's happening. Nowadays, most of our Some of our followers are not able to join Zoom. They have to go to Facebook. I really don't know what's happening. If this continues, then we might switch entirely to either Facebook or go to YouTube entirely and just, this is how people lose business, right? All right, so thank you very much, Margaret. You are awesome. You're full of knowledge. I feel like I should have known you 10 years ago. Maybe things would have been better. But I'm glad we're here. So to our audience, we thank you for always making it. Thank you for being here. Our people from Uganda, Brian and Tim, thank you so much for joining in. And from anyone tuned in from all over the world, asanteni sana. You guys, it is 9:30. I am in Kisumu for the Talent Development Conference. I need to go and eat. Yes, I am in Kisumu. If you're here and attending the Talent Development, please say hello. And have yourselves a good night. Please don't forget 7/7 from 9 to 12, your students, send them to us. We must change this world. We are fixing this nation. Thank you so much, Margaret. Our sign language interpreter, Catherine Sidandi, asante sana. We appreciate you and thank you for always being here for us. You guys have a lovely, lovely evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Kisumu, where we are at Acacia Agwins. We are at Acacia Hotel. Paul Mburu Talent Development. Sasa wewe. I put up a post. You should have seen. Aya, sawa. We're in Kisumu from from tomorrow to Friday. Yeah. Kevin, you can play music.
Bye.
Bye-bye.